All right, welcome to the Wednesday Business and Motivation Call with your girl, Sue Ham. That's right, government name, Solandia Hammond. And we are excited, man, because it is Wednesday again. It's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are excited that you guys are here with us. As always, for those of my loyal listeners that are here every Wednesday, thank you so much. And thank you so much for sharing our call with other people. We truly appreciate that. And for those of you who are new to the call, welcome, and we hope to have you back every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As I said, my name is Solandia Hammond, a.k.a. Sue Ham, baby, and I started these calls as a way to continue to help you stay enthused throughout the rest of your week, but also to provide knowledge to help you in your business, your career, your life. All right? Many of you may not be familiar with my story, but just a short, brief history is I am someone who is a living testimony that God can raise you up out of the ashes from bankruptcy, depression, suicidal thoughts, foreclosure, no money in the account, to living my dreams. And not only me living my dreams as a published author, motivational speaker, traveling the world, making money online, doing my stage plays, but also putting me in a position to teach and help others to live their dreams. And I got to tell you, man, that is such a rewarding experience to be able to be in a position to help other people realize their dreams, to, get them to see that life is not over, that you are meant to live a beautiful life. You don't have to live a life of routine and mundane. You are called to live a life of excitement and fulfillment. So as a way to continue to help you move on past the week, I started this business and motivation call, and as I said, I'm happy to have you guys here. Real quick, before we get into our call, our guest today, Ms. Melonie Edge, I've got to do some general housekeeping and just tell you about a couple things that we have coming up. If you guys follow me, and if you don't follow me, go follow me now. On Facebook, you will find me under Sue Ham, that's SUE-HAM, and check out some of the great things that we have coming up. One of the most exciting things that we have coming up this year is the Business Explosion Mastermind, where my business partner and I, Terry Clay, we take people under our wings. We are actually staying in a mansion in Mexico, 17,000 square foot mansion, where we're taking 14 people, business people. Even if you don't have a business, if you're thinking about getting into it, you should still come to this mastermind, because we're going to teach you what it takes to get into business, how to run your business effectively on Facebook and YouTube, how to market, how to make money online. If you're interested in becoming a paid speaker or publishing your book, these are things that we're going to teach. We're also going to delve deeper into the psychology of sales and how to set up sales funnels to actually get your product to sell on automation, how to do webinars to get your product to sell on automation, so that you can be because I love the beach, so you can be at the beach like myself, just chilling or taking naps throughout the day and having PayPal say, listen, we just sent you $1,000. We just sent you $500, So that's what we're going to be teaching in Mexico, October 1st to October 5th at the Business Explosion Mastermind. And even if you are remotely interested, right, we are encouraging you to head over to businessexplosion.com. Go check it out. We just got back from Florida, and I'm here to tell you that all of the participants, not some, but all of the participants that went to Florida to the Business Explosion Mastermind have definitely exploded their business like crazy. They've published books, they've created products, they're making money online, they're getting called for speaking engagements, they're getting radio and TV interviews. So listen, go to businessexplosion.net and go there, get the information, and if you are even remotely interested, fill out an application, and Terry L. Clay and myself will give you a call and see if you'll be a perfect fit to join us in Mexico, baby. And one last thing, and then we're going to get on and introduce our guest. Make sure you check out the Sue Ham School of Success. It's an online school that I created with a bunch of great courses, so go check it out at SueHam.com. And if you're interested in learning how I made $50,000 on Facebook in less than 16 months, then check out my free training at 50kblueprint.com. That's 50kblueprint.com. Free training. Go check it out. All right. So today, guys, on the show, I'm excited. We actually have Melonie Edge from There Is No Edge, and Melanie does the plethora of things. You like that word, plethora? I'm extending my vocabulary. And she is a Zumba instructor. She is a blogger. She's a motivational speaker. She's a course creator. She's just doing a bunch of stuff, and I'm sure I'm leaving something out. So therefore, I'm going to get Melanie on so that she can give us a brief 2 to 3 minute bio of everything that she does. You guys help me welcome to the Sue Ham's Business and Motivation Call, Miss Melonie Edge from There Is No Edge.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me, Sue. I just want to say that first and foremost. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be on the call. You got mostly everything, but I do a plethora of things. I'm going to extend my vocabulary as well. I am a motivational speaker. I have a blog that's called, of course, There Is No Edge. I am a licensed Zumba instructor. I have classes at my corporate location as well as off-site locations, which I can tell you about also. I am a motivational coach. I will be putting my book out. The set date is December 2015. However, it has been asked for me to maybe bring that date up. So I haven't decided yet, but it's in the works of coming up. I also have an ebook coming out in June called There Is No Edge, the 7-Day Restart. I want everybody to get it. It's actually a free ebook. So please look for that coming in June of 2015.
Awesome. You got a lot going on. Now, Melanie is actually one of the attendees who was at the Business Explosion Mastermind in February. Melanie, tell the listening audience before we get into your story, but tell the listening audience some of the experience that you had at the Business Explosion Mastermind.
Oh, my God. Just driving up to a mansion and never knowing that I could be there. That was the experience alone. And then actually going in and realizing that everybody can have their own room. And, I mean, I didn't come from where I didn't have my own room, but it was like, I got a room and a bathroom? All this for me? I don't have to share it? And then to wake up every morning and see those beautiful views, oh, my God, that alone opened up my mind and made my blog even better. I actually have it on my blog, my days there, and every morning I was up early and inspired because of the location, just the location alone. And then to not have to cook, to have somebody there that's just like, don't worry, I know you don't eat this, so I made sure I made you that. For me, it was just so amazing. It was a beautiful experience. And the teaching was amazing. It opened my mind to stuff that I didn't know was even out there. So it was very learning. It was a knowledgeable experience as well as an inspirational one.
Yeah, you were talking about all the amenities of the house. We stayed in a 7,500 square foot house in Florida, and we had the view of the river, and like not even 2 blocks away, we had access to the Gulf of Mexico. And I was sitting there, I'm like, okay, she's talking all about the house and our private chef, but when is she going to talk about the coaching?
Yeah, the coaching was amazing. Like, I can actually publish books now for other people as well as myself. So I'm getting into that, but that's further down the line. That'll be one of my other things that I do. But I learned how to publish books. I learned Facebook marketing. I learned how to add captions to my Facebook videos. I learned so much stuff. I can't even name all the stuff I learned because it was just like learning. Even when we were not supposed to be learning, it was like, what did you say? Oh, can you say that again? Okay. Let me get that down. So even then, it was still learning. So it was a lot of learning.
Yeah, awesome. Also appreciate that. Well, guys, like I said, get to the next Business Explosion Mastermind. Do that by visiting the website, businessexplosion.net. Now, Melanie, one of the reasons why I wanted you on this call is because I've known you for years, but we really haven't been in touch that much. We actually got back into communication with each other because of the Business Explosion Mastermind. You actually saw where Terry Clay and I were doing that event. and you wanted more information, and then you became a part of it. But one of the things, I've known you, I would say now, I think we came into contact maybe in 2006 when you were assisting my sister, Shanika Hammond-Brown, with her first hair shows. And one of the things I noticed is that you were, a big structured woman, but you always seemed to display mega confidence. And I was like, wow, I love that about her because, clearly, and I can say this without insulting you because you said it, clearly you knew that you were overweight, but yet the perception that I had from you is that you were moving through life fearlessly and without any depression or without any low self-esteem. Now, it wasn't until the Business Explosion Mastermind, us driving up there to Florida from South Carolina and then coming back, where we had, in-depth conversations where you shared with us, you were suffering from depression. And I was like, what?
I can win an Oscar. I really can. I should have won an Oscar during that time.
Yes, you should have. But what I want you to do is, because we're going to get into how you lost the 80 pounds. Well, first of all, I wish I had a little button I could press with the hand clap and the cheering. Because that is impressive. And not only is it impressive, it's just astounding to me because it was with no gimmicks, no weight loss, no binge eating, no throwing up, none of that. And, so we're going to get into that. But before we get into that, what I want to do is get into the psychological, mental aspect. What was it like to walk around putting on that facade? Because so many people in life today walk around putting on a facade, pretending everything is okay, when deep down inside they're dying. So, walk us through that. Walk me and the listeners through that. What were you experiencing every day, pretending to be okay and being grossly overweight?
It was tiring. It was tiring. At the end of the day, I was tired because I was always supposed to be so okay with the weight, so okay with who I was, and it was tiring. I would put a smile on, and I promise you that smile, underneath that smile, I would be crying inside. And I was really killing myself because I was trying to put on this facade of being this very happy person when inside I wasn't happy. I was dealing with self-image. I was dealing with my self-esteem. I was dealing with the lack of worth, feeling like I was worthy to have the things in life I wanted, to do the things I wanted to do in life, to go to places I wanted to go. And it was so easy to just say, I'm going to put on this face for everybody. And when I go home at night, I'll cry. I can't cry in front of anyone. That was my thing. I never used to cry in front of people. That was my thing. I'm not crying in front of anybody that's not in my inner circle. I'm going to keep my face straight and smile and be happy because every day is roses and sunshine, and that is the lie of the century to people. When you tell yourself every day is going to be roses and sunshine, I'm not saying that it can't be, but chances are you are lying to yourself, and that's what I had to do. I had to get real with myself and start being true to me. And forget what everybody else thought and started being true to me. And that's when I kind of dropped the let me pretend to keep being happy. It's time to stop pretending to be happy and start being happy. And that was one thing I had to learn. And through my journey, that's what I did. I was like, okay, I got to change my mindset. I have to change how I'm going through life. I'm letting this weight, I'm letting this depression for feeling like I'm not worthy. I used to associate love with, I don't know how clean this show is, but I used to think love was sex. That's what I thought it was. And if a man wanted to have sex with me, he was loving me. But that wasn't true. It wasn't making me feel any better because I didn't think I was worthy enough to be in his presence without having sex with him. I didn't think I was worthy enough to be in a room with people and them not laugh at my jokes or not show my vulnerability. Just be, I'm happy, life is good. Don't worry about me. I got this. That was my mentality because I thought that it was my coping mechanism. It's how I cope with life. If I could be bubbly and happy all the time, then I could deal with life. when I wasn't dealing with anything. I say now, I used to let life happen to me. Now I happen to life.
And that's wow. I'm just sitting back here, right? And I'm just like amazed because that's the perception I've always had of you as a bubbly person. And like I told you, I would oftentimes wonder, like, my gosh, how is she so bubbly and so self-confident? And I said to myself, I love it. She's comfortable in her skin, and I love that, not knowing that you were so uncomfortable that you were actually dying on the inside. And for those of you that are listening to this call, this is a business and motivation call because I think that in business you have to be motivated. I think that in business you have to be your authentic self. I think that in business you have to live up to your highest, you have to be your highest being in order to be successful. And with Melanie, she was walking around with a facade like many of us do. And oftentimes I did that in the past, and it took me to the point where it nearly killed me.
Yeah, it will.
It nearly killed me. But here is the great thing about it, is once you acknowledge that your way of living is not conducive to living, then you can make a decision to change things. And the way to bring about that change is to actually take action, which leads me to my next question, Melanie. What led you to take action to release the weight? Now, I say release because I used to say losing. I want to lose weight.
Okay, I see. Look, I see you want to come from my call. I like it.
Yes, but on your call, you made a very great point. You said don't say lose, because if you lose something, you can find it again and pick it back up. But if you say release, that means you voluntarily let it go. So this is like a two-part question. What motivated you to release the weight, the physical weight, and what motivated you to release the mental weight? And did you have to start mentally first before the physical came off, or did the physical come off? I mean, what started this?
Well, I actually, two things happened. I went to the doctor one time, and I say, know your numbers, know all your numbers, all your stats. And for years, my doctor had said, well, you're pre-diabetic. And I ignored her. I literally ignored her. I didn't want to hear nothing she had to say. I didn't care what she said. I showed up every year to my yearly. I didn't come back again next year till my next yearly. So this particular year, I went in, and I really said, I think it's time I start listening to her. But I still was kind of in denial. I wasn't going to listen to her. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I wasn't going to listen to her at all. So I went in, and she said, you're diabetic, and we're going to have to put you on insulin. Because insulin levels are measured 1 through 12. I was at 11.5 in July of 2013. I was at 11.5, and it's a scale of 1 to 12. So immediately she said, I'm going to have to put you on insulin. Immediately I said, no, you and the devil is a liar. I'm not getting on insulin. So I went home. I was brave in the doctor's office. I went home. I sat in my car for 2 hours, and I literally cried because I remember my grandmother every morning, every evening, taking the alcohol swab, wiping her stomach, shooting herself with insulin. And I said, I cannot live like that. And that was part of the mental part, me saying I cannot live like that. I will not lie. Even then, I still was like, well, I'll start taking the pills that she gave me, and I'll make some changes. Well, about 2 weeks later, I was in the bathroom at work, and we had this huge mirror, and I walked past it. And I said to myself, oh, Jesus, she big. Who is that? So I started washing my hands before I left out the bathroom. And I realized that I'm not hearing anybody in the bathroom. And I said, now, I know I just saw somebody walk past the mirror. Why am I not hearing anybody? So then I kind of doubled back and started looking and realized there's no one in this bathroom. So who was the girl that was in the mirror? So then I stopped and I actually looked in the mirror, and the girl was me. I had to say something bad about her. I was like, oh, who is that big girl in the bathroom? But she was me. And at that point, I stopped. And our bathrooms keep people coming in constantly. But for some reason that day, nobody came in there for about 10 minutes. And I stopped, and I looked at myself. I actually looked in the mirror. I didn't just glance. I looked in it. And I couldn't believe that was me. And I realized I went home again that night and cried again. But what I did that night after I cried was I packed a bag. And I said, if I can just take this bag to work, because I have a full-fledged gym at work. I was paying for it, been paying for it for about 3-4 years, wasn't using it. And I said, I'm going to walk. So physically, it started with me walking and saying, okay, I'm going to start walking every day. I'm going to start walking every day. I'm going to start walking every day. And then mentally, I started wanting to go back to that person that used to come home. This is my routine. I would go to work. I would come home, get on the couch, watch TV, cook a meal, sit back on the couch, eat a meal, maybe take the plate in the kitchen, maybe sit it on the table for a little while till the food settle down, and get up and take it in the kitchen, watch some more TV, go to bed, and do it again the next day. That was my routine. And I started to want to go back in that routine. I realized, okay, something has to change. And what changed for me was I had to find my why. Why are you doing this? Are you doing this for everybody else? Are you doing it for you? Are you doing it for your doctor? Why are you doing this? And my why became I didn't want to be put on insulin, nor did I want to continue taking medication that costs. So that became my why. And I said, and then I started thinking my why started becoming greater than my excuses. You know, if you don't take this walk, your sugar level's going to go up and you might have to be on insulin. So I was like, okay, let me go walk. So I had a great coworker, Kendra. She's fabulous. I mean, she was exercise guru. She'd go to the gym all the time. She took me to Zumba with her one day. And I went to Zumba, and I just fell in love. I became a Zumba fanatic. And then when I realized that I was at a point where I didn't need anyone to push me, and I didn't need anyone to validate my gym going or my eating habits or what I was doing, was a day when Kendra wasn't going to the gym and I was going to class, and somebody said, well, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Zumba class. Well, Kendra not going. Well, that's when I realized that what Kendra does or what anybody else does in the gym will never affect my output. And you have to get your mindset around that what you do is what affects your output. What I do, what Sue do, what this person does will never affect your output. It's what you put in it that's going to come out. And once I had that in my mind, it was like, okay, I got this now. I have to push myself. I have to that song, Encourage Yourself. I got a playlist on my iPod. It's an inspirational playlist. It's when I'm feeling down. I have a feeling sexy playlist. When I'm not feeling sexy, I put my playlist on, and immediately after hearing a little R. Kelly, a little Trey song, I start feeling better. So you have to do stuff like that to keep your mind, because the devil is busy, and the mind is a powerful thing. It will tell you, your body's saying, I can do this, but your mind is saying, no, we can't do this. So you have to listen to your body as well, but also know that mind over matter thing. You can do it. You've been so grown accustomed to not doing it till it's like, okay, I don't think I want to do it. And that's what I had to get into.
You know, and you said something that was very, very important, very significant, very paramount. And it takes me back to Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. He said something that I will never, ever forget. He said the mind can do one or two things. The mind can either build or destroy.
Yes.
So everything, I tell everybody, everything starts in the mind first. So many people want tips and strategies and tools to excel in their business, or they want to take weight loss pills to lose weight, or, you know, they want this overnight sensation. And what they fail to realize is that the most important thing is to train your mind. When you can train your mind to build instead of destroying, you, my friend, are on your way to accomplishing whatever it is that you desire. Now, you know, the thing about it is, Melanie, you went on to lose 80 pounds, no pills, no gimmicks. How do you do this? How do you? And I don't know if you want to share how much you weighed. It's up to you.
Oh, it's out there everywhere.
So tell us.
That was something else I did. I released the stigma of weight. Like, I released that. Oh, I don't want to tell nobody how much I weigh because I don't want anybody to judge me. Judge me. I judge myself. I'm my hardest critic. You can't say nothing to me about my weight at that particular point in time that I didn't say to myself. So 447 was when I started. I actually, my highest weight, the doctor says one thing, I don't agree with her, but my highest weight was 456. That was my highest weight.
456.
456 pounds was my highest weight. I am now down to 370 and counting.
Wow.
And counting.
And
and I would say that was like a couple months ago. I really don't know how much I weigh right now. I am not like a scale hog. I don't do the scale a lot. I tell by my clothes and how I feel. And then every once in a while, because I know I need to put it on my blog, I get on the scale.
Now, but you stated that in order for you to lose these 80 pounds, it first started mentally, and then you started to work out. So are you telling me, and I know I've asked you this before, are you telling me you didn't use any weight loss pills? What did you do?
I didn't use any weight loss pills. My doctor asks me the same thing every time I come in, and she checks my A1Cs because, like I said, it was a scale of 1 to 12. She wanted me to get down to a 7. Within 6 months, I went from 11.5 to a 6.3. Now I vary between 6.0 and 6.2. But in 6 months, I went from 11.5 to 6.3. And she was amazed and couldn't figure it out. I will be honest and tell you in the beginning, I did not watch what I eat. I just worked out like crazy, and I calorie watched. And what I mean by calorie watch is I might have ate it, and it might have not been good, but I wrote it down. Mm-hmm. Most people don't know, if you are aware of what you're putting in your body, you tend not to put it in your body. I tell people all the time, it's been September will be 2 years from me having my favorite go-to comfort food was a Sonic's double cheeseburger combo with a cherry Coke. That was my comfort meal of the century. I love you couldn't tell me I couldn't have it. Mm-hmm. When I first started Zumba, because you are using so many calories, I thought, okay, I can have this meal at least once a week because I'm doing all this Zumba, and I was having it. Well, then I started calorie counting. I have an app on my phone that I use, and I put this meal in there. And for the burger alone, it was like 1,000 calories for just the burger. Woo! And I was like, are you kidding me? So it became me watching, like, my biggest success was watching what I eat and also working out. It was those two things go hand in hand. People try to tell you they don't, but they do. Even if you watching what you eat but not working out, eventually your body's gonna get used to what you eat and say, okay, well, we don't gotta release no more because we good. Or you working out but not eating right, and eventually your body's gonna say, well, we working out, so we good. So you have to have a combination of two, and that's what I ended up doing. I got that combination of two. That was my last time having that burger because I had already bought it, so I ain't gonna lie, I ate it. I had already bought it, so I had to go ahead and eat it. But that was my last time buying one because I said, I cannot. So now when I look at certain foods, I say, is it worth my calories for the day? I have to go through that mentally, like, okay, I want that, but that's, let me see how many calories that is. And I'm in my phone. It got to the point my family was like, really? Everything you put in your mouth, you got to put in this calorie counter? Every time you eat, you're going to put, yes. And you have to become that fanatic for yourself. It's not.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not being a just crazy with it, but it's just being aware.
Now, I love that word. I love that word, being aware. And again, that goes back to getting your mind right. You have to be aware of what you are doing, but it's not just enough to be aware. The fact that you are taking it and putting it into the calorie counter, you're taking action. You're aware and you're taking action, and you're being mindful of what's going on. Now, I want to shift it over to your business because we know that a lot of people may say, whoa, you're 300-something pounds. How are you a Zumba instructor? So I know that.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
You get that? And I will be honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you. When you said you were going with us to the Business Explosion Mastermind in February in Florida, and you was like, yeah, I can teach Zumba, I was like, really? You know, in the back of my mind, I was like, wow, this is going to be interesting. But I have to tell you, when we got to Florida and you were teaching the Zumba classes, there were ladies that were like 3-4 times smaller than you, couldn't keep up with you. And I was just, and for me, that was a lesson in and of itself that, again, the mind can build or destroy. The mind will do what you train it to do. And just the mere fact that you were wearing these ladies out, I was like, whoa. And that's how it starts. And so I had to check myself because I was being judgmental. I didn't think that you can do it. But in watching you, you show me that once you set your mind to something, man, and you just begin to train it and you begin to take those actions to be able to accomplish those goals, you can make anything happen. So transitioning to business, right? We know you did it mentally first and you started working out physically. I know you get a lot of people questioning if you're an effective Zumba instructor, and let me just go on record and say, guys, yes, she is. But how did your change physically and mentally help you in your business? How, you know, I guess what I'm saying, how did it help you to create new products, or how did it shift your business life? Did your business excel now because, you know, you made the shift mentally?
Yeah, it did, especially with Zumba. Becoming a licensed Zumba instructor, I was waiting to become the perfect size. And my mind was wrapped around perfect size.
Melanie, stop. Guys, did you hear that nugget? I'm sorry I just cut across you, but when I hear something like that, did you hear the nugget? She was in her mind. She was waiting for the perfect size. A lot of you in your mind, you're waiting for the perfect time to lose weight, to release weight. You're waiting for the perfect time to have the best marriage. You're waiting for the perfect time to start your speaking career. You're waiting for the perfect time to invest in your business. There is no perfect time. There is no perfect image.
Not so ever.
You just got to get started. Go ahead, Melanie. Resume. Right?
Yes. There is, and that's what it was. I was like, I'm waiting for the perfect time. Then my Zumba instructor, she's not a zest, but she is my zest, Lady G. She was like, what are you waiting on? She had me leading songs in classes and doing different things, and I was like, I'm waiting on the first time, Then one night, I had the money. I was online. I said, you know what? Just pay for it and see what happens. And, like, immediately when I took that waiting for the perfect size and unwrapped that out of my mind and decided there is no perfect size, just do it immediately. After getting my license to be a Zumba instructor, it was like immediately things just opened up for me. I teach Zumba at a corporate Fortune 500 company. You would not expect to walk in a Fortune 500 company in their wellness facility and see somebody like me teaching Zumba. But I have a class full of people teaching Zumba, and they are getting a workout and enjoying themselves. And it was, to me, it opened my mind up a little more and said, you can do this. Because even once you wrap your head around, there's no perfect size, go for it, you still in your mindset, is anybody going to come to my class? And it's amazing how people walk up to you and say, I would have never came to another Zumba class because there was no one in this Zumba class that looked like me. And that was one of the things that I thought about. I was like, wait a minute, they're right. There is no one that does exercise that looks like them from the beginning. Even once you are finished with you never finish with a journey. You always can learn more. But once you are on your journey doing your thing, you never see anybody that started from the beginning and have moved all the way to being a licensed Zumba instructor. You never see that. And I had people come to me and say, I came to class just because I knew you were teaching, and I figured if she can do it, I can do it. And lots of people say, I'm not trying to offend you, and I'm like, that's not offending me. I'm glad you came in here. Now, what I do, I'm going to do what you're going to have to do for you, too. So let's kick it up. Come on. And they be like, okay. I had one person tell me, I really thought this was going to be a fluff class. I'm not even going to lie. I came because I thought it was going to be fluff. and you worked up so hard. I'm tired. I have to go home and sit down. I said, well, I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad you had fun. But and it exploded it for me.
Wow. Wow, and I'm glad that's another point, another nugget you just dropped is that, guys, there's an audience for everybody. Nobody starts on perfect, okay? It just doesn't happen that way. Nobody wakes up and start on perfect. You have got to grow as you go through to get to that. And to be honest with you, I don't even know if we will ever reach perfection, but it's just the beauty of trying to get there, right? That journey that you just mentioned. That's the beauty. That's the beautiful thing, the journey. But there's an audience for everybody. And here in your mind, Melanie, you were thinking, no one's going to come to my class. I'm, 300, 400 some pounds. Nobody's going to come and take me seriously. Because I got to tell you, I know the ladies in Florida at the Business Explosion Mastermind didn't take you seriously. But when they were panting with their tongues out of their mouths like little dogs, I bet they knew then.
Yeah. They were kind of tired. I felt bad. Because I get a natural high from Zumba, so I could tend to be too much.
Listen, guys, they were bent. Matter of fact, if I can find that video,
it's on my YouTube channel.
I'm going to post it on my YouTube channel. They were bent over, like, please stop. And I know I'm only speaking what they were thinking, okay? They were probably saying, this is going to be a cakewalk, like many of your other attendees have said. And then by the end of it, we basically had to pick them up off the floor. But nonetheless, I digress. Get to the next Business Explosion Mastermind. You guys will see the kind of fun we have. But I digress. So the thing of it is, there is an audience for everybody. You are sitting there, and I tend to tell people this all the time, Melanie. You're sitting there waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect time, or you're waiting for someone else to do something, right? When the true essence is, the beauty of it is that God is waiting for you to do it. That person that's in the mirror is the one that needs to make that change or needs to bring about that new event or that new business or organization. But we talk ourselves out of opportunities because we think that we have to be the perfect weight, the perfect size, and you're perfect just the way you are. You're meant for the mission just the way you are. And the thing is, yes, we can all get better. I'm not saying no, stay 400 pounds or, or never invest in yourself. No, we can always get better. So, but the tip is get started. Continue to invest in yourself. Continue to get better and enjoy the journey. Would you agree?
I 100% I agree. That is the best part of the journey.
Absolutely. So listen, I know you've gone on now to create your blog. You're a Zumba instructor. Yes. Where can we find your blog?
You can find my blog at www.thereisnoedge. That's ThereisnoEdge.com. I have blogs in there. I also have a YouTube channel that shows me doing Zumba. A couple videos on there with me doing Zumba. My YouTube channel is also called There Is No Edge. You can find me on Facebook at There Is No Edge. You can even find me on Instagram. Guess where? There Is No Edge. So any of those outlets you can find me on.
I love it. Listen, I can talk to you for ever, man, but we've been on this call now about 40 minutes, and typically I try to keep the calls to 20 to 30 minutes. But before I go, I do want to open it up for Q&A. So anybody that has a comment or a question, we're going to keep it really brief because I have a coaching client I got to meet with here in the next 30 minutes. If you got a question or comment, just press *6 for Melanie because I think Melanie has a terrific story. I've told her, Melanie, that you're going to bless the world. I just think it's phenomenal to be 400 and some odd pounds, 457 pounds, release 80 pounds, drop down into your 300s, and be teaching Zumba, be a public speaker, about to write your book, got your blog going, got your Talk Tuesday radio show call. I think it's phenomenal that she's not allowing the weight to weigh her down. And so anybody want to make a comment or question, last 4 or 4350, state your name, where you're calling from.
Hey.
What's going on, Terry?
This is Terry Clay. How are you?
Hi, Terry.
Hey. The Sue don't try to ride us out. Yeah, Melanie. Yeah, I just wanted to call, really just make a comment that yes, Melanie did wear us out, and we was panting on the ground and all of that.
But you had fun, though. We had fun.
Yeah, we did have fun, though. It was fun with the purpose. You're right, and we did have a great time at the Business Explosion Mastermind doing that Zumba, and we're looking forward to the Mexico Zumba class, international, baby.
Yeah.
Awesome. Melanie, I bet you never thought that when you became a Zumba instructor that you would be doing it internationally, huh?
I did not. I really didn't. I thought it was going to be just, me at the house doing it in the kitchen. But, what your plan for you and what God has for you is totally different. So sometimes just let him take the wheel.
So that's just another lesson, guys. Get started because you never know where you're going to end up in your journey. Here it is. Melanie is headed to Mexico to, she's going to be doing Zumba internationally. Anyone else with a question or comment, start it. Okay. Well, guys, I just want to say thank you for being on the call. Melanie, I thank you so much. You guys can find Melanie at thereisnoedge.com. You can find her on Facebook at There Is No Edge. You can find her on YouTube, There Is No Edge. And we got one last comment, and then we are going to close this call out. Last 48354. State your name, where you're calling from.
Yes, I appreciate that. This is Sharice calling from Phoenix, Arizona, and I thought I pushed the button I needed to, and I thought I was in the queue. But anyway, I'm glad I'm going to have a voice right now. Melanie, you have made a huge impact on my day today because I also have type 2 diabetes, and right now my blood sugar level, H1C level, is it's like 10 point something, and I'm working on it really, really hard to get it down. It's all in what you eat, and it's all in like when I was down there with you at the Business Mastermind, I did not want to go out there and do Zumba, nor did I go out there to participate, and I still don't want to. I'm not gonna lie, I got to keep it real. But you have inspired me today, and I am privileged and honored to know you, to have met you, and do not despise the day of small beginnings. You never know where God has you. His plans are way bigger than we can even think or imagine. So you have started my day off right, and it's no time like the present to make that change. So I need to get my level down to 6.7 point, like under 7 like you. And you have, trust me, if nobody got anything out of this call except me, then it was for me, and I'm selfish like that. Thank you.
Well, it's not here for you, Sharice. I say this, I'm a Zumba fanatic. However, when it comes to working out, a simple 20-minute walk a day will make a difference in your life. You do not have to go to a 30-minute, 45-minute, 60-minute, 90-minute Zumba class. A simple 20 minutes a day. And I'm going to be honest with you. When I first started, I started at 20 minutes a day. I will not lie. I got on the treadmill. I walked for as long as I could. And when my mind and body was like, no, you can't go no further, I got off. And I stopped worrying about what people around me said. The people say, that's all you're going to do? Don't worry about what I do. What I do, you do what you do. Don't worry about what they say. Keep it moving. You have to do what you can do when you can do it. If it's just 20 minutes, keep that 20 minutes in. But you make it the best 20 minutes you got. And when you get off, sit down a minute and rest and get up and keep it moving. But you don't have to do Zumba. Just do something. Get that walk in. 20 minutes a day. That's all you need to increase your health, to make your health better. 20 minutes a day.
Well, you know what, guys? We're going to go ahead and end this call. I just want to say we're ending it on a high note. I love you keep dropping these nuggets. We're talking about weight loss, right? But really, if you look at the underlying message, we're talking weight release. I'm sorry. If you look at the underlying message, we're talking about weight release on so many different levels, not just on, body mass. We're talking about releasing the opinions of how other people see you. Because just in you giving those closing remarks, you're saying, don't worry about the people at the gym looking at you and saying, that's all you're going to do. because you got to do what's good for you. And so, man, I tell you guys, I encourage you to go back and listen to this call. It is going to be posted on my social media pages. You'll be able to find it on YouTube at Suham1, Sueham1. You're going to be able to find it on my Facebook page, Suham, SUE-HAM. Should be up there no later than 10 a.m. this morning. Again, guys, I want to encourage you to find out more about Melanie at thereisnoedge.com. Also find her on Facebook at thereisnoedge.com. And if you are interested in learning how I made $50,000 on Facebook, right, then definitely go get my free training at 50kblueprint.com, 50kblueprint.com. And listen, we would love to have you in Mexico with us. As you can tell, we have loads of fun at the Business Explosion Mastermind. You can find more information about that at businessexplosion.net. Real quick, Melanie, in the next 60 seconds, leave your closing remarks.
In the next 60 seconds, okay. I want to inspire everyone through my life test. Go to my website, www.thereisnoedge, and be inspired. And as I end my calls on Top Tuesday, with everything you do, make it count.
All right. And as I love it. And as I end mine, remember to live, love, learn, and laugh. Don't quit. Follow your dreams to success. You know, we're going to see you on the internet somewhere, right? Or maybe out in town. Maybe I'll see y'all in Zumba. Until next time, guys, love yourselves, baby. Go out there and make it happen. I am Suham, baby, and I'll talk to you. Remember, I'm loving you to life.